Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. If this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, like this video, also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. The faction of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, loyal to Governor Siminala Fubara, has warned the state police command against taking sides in the crisis rocking the party. The camp also accused the embattled factional chairman of a party, Aaron Chukwuemeka, of flouting the law by illegally occupying the party secretariat, even after a state high court nullified the ward, local government and state congresses that brought his executive to power. The acting state chairman of a PDP faction, loyal to Governor Fubara, Dr. Robinson Ewo, handed down the warning in a statement issued in Port Harcourt on Tuesday night and sent to newsmen. This followed the continued barricade of a state PDP secretariat along Aba Road by the police after moves by both factions to make their way into the building to assume control. South-South correspondents, however, reports that Chukwuemeka, who later found his way into the secretariat, held a press conference while heavily armed policemen mounted a sentry outside the secretariat with their patrol vans, has continued to have unrestricted access to the building under police protection. However, Dr. Ewo, who also addressed the media at a different location, insisted that Chukwuemeka is no longer the party's chairman in the state, following the state's High Court judgment delivered by Justice Stephen Jumbo, sacking him and his executive members. But Chukwuemeka insisted that he was duly elected, saying the federal High Court judgment delivered by Justice Peter Lufu paved the way for the Congress, which brought him to office, adding that officials from the party's National Secretariat observed the Congress, even as he vowed to appeal the state high court ruling, which he described as kangaroo and not executory. Ewo, however, described Chukwuemeka as an imposter, laying claim to the position. Ewo's statement reads, and I quote, "The attention of the People's Democratic Party, Rivers State Chapter, has been drawn to a press briefing hosted by one Aaron Chukwuemeka, an imposter claiming to be chairman of the People's Democratic Party in the state. Ordinarily, we would have ignored his ignorance vis-a-vis his claim, but for proper public information, we wish to remind Chukwuemeka Aaron and his co-travelers of a subsisting High Court judgment nullifying the purported state LGAs and ward congresses conducted by his group in Rivers State using the name of a PDP. Even when the congresses were conducted in flagrant disobedience to court orders stopping them, we as law-abiding citizens never interfered in their illegalities until a court of competent jurisdiction declared the purported congresses as a nullity. Accordingly, we wish to warn the Chukwuemeka Aaron-led group to respect the ruling of the Honorable Justice of the Rivers State High Court, Port Harcourt, and desist from taking the laws into their hands through the continuous occupation of a PDP secretariat, as well as claiming legitimacy to the party's executive committee and other illegal actions. We have noted with concern and disappointment that even when the court's ruling is of public knowledge, the state's police hierarchy still provided cover to such illegitimate so-called PDP executives to perpetuate their illegal acts. May we therefore use this opportunity to appeal to law enforcement agencies, particularly the Nigerian police in the state, not to take sides in the political imbroglio, but to remain apolitical. Taking sides with a group whose action and inaction contravenes the provision of the law is to confirm that the law enforcement officers are the very ones aiding and abating lawbreakers in the state. As law-abiding citizens, we would like to appeal to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, the Director of State Security and other relevant security agencies to prevail on their officers and men in Rivers State to operate within the ambit of the law and not to be a party to those orchestrating breach of the law. Dr. Ewo appealed to members and supporters of a party to remain calm and refrain from being provoked by those he termed desperate political merchants who are trying hard to unleash mayhem on innocent law-abiding citizens of Rivers State. When contacted, the spokesperson of the State Police Command, Grace Enrique Koko, said she was in a meeting and asked our reporter to send a message. She was yet to respond to the message as of the time of filing this report. You all, what do you think of this? Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Do you think it is right for the Nigerian police, to go ahead and protect somebody, who the court has said is not, the rightful person, who the court has nullified in the election that brought him to power? Do you think it is right for the Nigerian police to go ahead to protect him? They went as far as, following his instructions, to shut down the secretariat at first. And later on, he was allowed into the building. And now they are even guiding the secretariat, and not allowing the ones who are supposed to be the the ones in power, who the courts are saying that they are the ones that should be in power. The election that brought the Chukwuemeka-led officials, the court has said the election is null and void. And yet, in a sane society, the police are supposed to be the ones, carrying out the instructions of a court, making sure that people follow rules and regulation, making sure that people follow court orders. But reverse is the case in Nigeria. In Nigeria, our police officers do otherwise. They take instructions from politicians. They do the opposite of what they should be doing. Instead of them to make sure that, people follow court orders, they're the ones that are being used, to negate whatever the court has said. Can you imagine that? But anyway, they have called on Kayode Egbetokun and all other, security agencies to speak to these men. That is, if they do not already know of their activities, they do not already know of what is currently happening in Rivers State, but they are calling their attention to it anyway. Hopefully, they will be able to do something about it. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.